Big Shug. It's really real right now.
Mr. DL.
2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Who's off? Cause you could just lose your mind.
The Danger Zone podcast, another somber week in hip hop, but I want to start with this Puff Daddy thing. Did you see this Puff Daddy getting in a fight in the argument in the screen?
Nah, I actually didn't see it, but what was
Yeah,
good?
show this to Shug, Tanya. I'll show you guys on the screen.
Wow.
Joke
Wow,
alert.
he's serious, watch. He can't stay out of character.
That's the Harlem Joker.
Shit.
See? He-
Shit.
he doesn't know who it is.
He's love.
He said keep it
Some
pimping.
dude in your face. He's love.
He doesn't know who it is.
Who the dude don't know?
Once you know it's P. Diddy, you know, but you don't know yet.
That's how good the makeup job though was. It's
See,
Puff.
he's like, it's Puff, and he's like, oh shit. So you can stop that. You can stop
Now
that.
he's hugging it.
So they end up hugging. His name is Michael J. Ferguson. He's on Power. So if someone rolls up on you, Halloween costume, full face painted up, once you know it's Diddy though, you can hear it in his voice. But he's trying to stay in
Well,
character,
once he gets
and then he
out of
gets so
character,
fucking
yeah.
mad. The real Puff Daddy comes out. He's like,
It still has some comical shit to it to me though. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like whatever, man. I mean, like he said, he's loved, and I believe he's bringing it like that, man. You know, so
he sure seemed like he was in a loving mood.
yeah. Well, afterwards he hugged him up. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So once he
Yeah,
hugged
has
him
a
up,
point after he knew who it was, but
Yeah.
he had a point. If some dude's coming up to you in your face laughing, that annoying Joker laugh.
Yeah, yeah. And you're semi-famous. I mean, he's famous, I guess.
I'll be
But
like, yo.
but this guy has mad people with him, and you're like, who the fuck is this guy?
I'd be like, yo, Batman and all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying?
Big Show would have white paint
Fuck
all
outta
over his
here.
hands.
I'd be like, fuck
He was
I said, Batman,
Snatched him
all,
up.
hey, get Batman, Robin, all y'all. Fuck out of here. The Riddler, get that little Riddler motherfucker. But yo, another note, we got Cameron goes in on Ben Simmons. He tells him, go fuck with the Kardashians. He was so, let it be known he's not happy with the Brooklyn Nets play. Ben Simmons has been horrible, man. I believe he's gonna pull it out of him. He's gonna get to his, where he needs to be. But right now he's trash. Brooklyn fell apart anyway. With they just fired their coach Steve Nash.
Yeah.
They got a new coach that was the Celtics coach. I'll speak of that further.
He was a stupid as hell alumni.
Yeah. So he's the coach of Brooklyn now. But Cameron was like, yo, man, basically like you can't play for shit. You know what I'm saying? You fucking up Kyrie and Kevin. But like somebody had quotes saying, Kyrie, Martin Luther, Irving, and Brick Simmons. Like they fucking up Kevin. They fucking up Kevin Durant. So, but Cameron was just been showing his displeasure with them. With dude not playing good. But Brooklyn is what it is. You got Ime Udoka now as your coach. We over here at Celtics, man. See what's good. I got another thing too. Coolio collaborator share. Rest in peace, Coolio. Coolio collaborator shares rapper's first posthumous song. Do You Want It? Coolio fans have been given a brand new single from the late rapper, showcasing the talents of the Australian artist he was working with prior to his untimely death. The new song, Do You Want It, arrived on Friday, October 28th, via Cosmic Bounce Records, which explained in a statement posted alongside. The song finds Coolio and newcomer Khadija exchanging playful flirtation with campy pop culture references like Cobra Kai, Chip, and Dale, and when it's time to strike, I got soul in my poles. All right, Magic Mike.
I got soul
So
in
listen,
my pole.
it's just dope. You got another song from Coolio. You know what I'm saying? You know, go run that up, man. Peep that. And rest in peace, Coolio the Great, man.
R.I.P.
You know?
Oh yeah, I always like Coolio. You see all this backlash West Side Gun is getting on the heels of the Kanye West backlash. West Side Gun is getting backlash because of his Hitler Wears Hermes album series that he has 10 albums of. You know about this?
Never, I do know.
This motherfucker has. I mean, I'm not a whatever, but you knew that was coming for you, right? The guy has Hitler on T-shirts. If you don't know what it is, and you're walking through the mall with your kids, boop, beep, boop, boop, and you see someone wearing a Hitler shirt, and you don't know who West Side Gun is.
You walking through the mall with your kids like what?
You're going to... Sorry. Boop, boop, boop,
If I
boop.
see you walking with your kids through the mall
That's something
that,
more like skip music.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
tell
know.
my kids to step on this side of the mall real quick. Nah, but
So,
I mean,
he was
he's a
getting
target
some-
with that. So, I mean, we know where all that energy's at, man. I often think at times that there's just too much energy for that bullshit. You know what I mean? But I mean, Kanye's the talk.
But West Side was, I brought him up to say that the whole contract, he had addressed the whole contract dispute that Conway the Machine was having. And this is what he said. I don't know, I kind of like it. I kind of don't, because we don't have any, clarification. But he says people got to stay out of family business. That's his response. So
Mind your business.
I hope they all stay together. They did kind of save hip hop to a lot of people, like a lot of people who weren't listening to new artists, for sure.
That's true.
Whose fucking whole catalog consisted of rappers that they've been listening to their whole life, now have a new artist to listen to, and it's kind of crazy. They're like 40 years old and they're like new artists. Kind of dope.
I mean, that's kind of how major it is now.
People, you can still make it in your 40s.
That happens a lot now because, hip hop being so major, something could be shit. 40, your grandmother got a nice verse. It can happen.
Remember that grandmother I sent you? The trap, the lady in the trap?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, it can happen to anybody,
We gotta find that. Oh my God.
One thing, though, I would like to touch on, man, is the untimely death of Takeoff from the Migos.
Oh, here we go.
One thing I do have to say, there was someone who mentioned the fact that people were saying Takeoff because he was famous, but a lot of other people, young black individuals, died that same day, right, by gun violence. Now that's possible, and no one that takes the light off of that. The only reason why somebody speaks on these deaths like that with these celebrities is because they are celebrities.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's like because if a brother died in the street, a young black man died in the street, not millions of people gonna know him because they don't know him.
Yeah.
But we know the reality of life. This is what happens. It's sad though in hip hop because you're trying to come to success with it. There has to become a time when we have to, as people, young black people, because look, if you look at everyone else, that's not happening with everyone else. It's with the black community, the black people in general. So it's like the young people have to understand that life has to be respected. We have to figure out how to get around some of this stuff, because, the answer is not murder. That's not the answer. I did my time behind the wall, and when they catch you and you go where you're gonna go and spend time, it's not a great place at all. It's worse. It's a horrible place. Y'all might not even know that because you let your emotions get to you and figure a lot of it's based on jealousy because of where these people are at. You know what I'm saying? The ones that celebrities that have been gunned down recently. And Takeoff had a family, we know that. Dudes were out there, but people gonna shoot, like that happens, man. It's terrible. But at the same time, there's gotta come a medium where us as people, respect the life of the other person. To know we might not get along, we might not like each other at all. We could just go separate ways. But the answer is not to murder. You know what I mean? Because both sides of that is crazy. So rest in peace to Takeoff. And damn, this thing has to stop. I've already passed life expectancy by a mile. Some people thought I should have been dead at 23, 24 years old. You know, these dudes are not even making it to even close to where I'm at. So, man, we got to come to that, man. You know, it's going to start with love, not cliche or corny or nothing. It's going to start, but with respect, too, for individuals and life. You know what I'm saying? Life is precious like that. Rest in peace.
I want to stay on this for a few because this I know everyone's going to think I'm crazy, but I think this might be, I'm not saying he's the best. I think this might be one of the biggest rappers that was killed. Like, straight up. This might be the biggest one with the popularity of social media and all this shit. This man had 22 million Instagram followers. You know what I'm saying? And he got murdered. And, you know, we don't know what's happening yet because, you know, the Houston police haven't released any footage or this and that. But from what, like, people are saying at the scene is they were playing dice, you know, and everyone has something to say about that. Oh, he's a millionaire. Why is he playing dice? That's why he got killed. But if he got killed in a casino, you'd be like, yo, he ain't really hood though if he playing a casino. You know what I'm saying? Like the rapper would never win in that situation. So yeah, he was playing dice. That's what he was doing. He was at a show he was paid to be at, a party he was paid to be at, and something happened. And it's terrible. But are we? Here we go. Are you ready for the insensitivity?
Well, with
Warning.
that,
Hold on.
Insensitivity with Mr. DL.
Chef Tanya, Big Shit, nothing to say about what I'm saying.
I don't know. You gotta say
Jay
it.
Prince Jr. needs to stop dressing up and playing gangster. Why is people coming to Houston and getting shit happening to them? And you were supposed to, we run this place. So apparently you're doing a bad job.
Now, you know, that's like I said, that's something, his perception of the whole situation. I'm not privy to that, but I do know your dad. You know, and you know, a lot of
His dad's the GOAT.
A lot of other people, you know, so I've touched on it. But that, you know, at the end of the day, though, hip hop is hip hop, trap, rap, whatever you want to call it, entertainment. That's what it is. Nobody's gangsters.
Music.
You know, gangsters are dead, prison, tired, fishing, whatever. That's what's up. That gangsters do die young. You know what I'm saying? Because of all this shit happens.
I feel like once you
Imagine,
made it, like, leave the gangster shit at home.
I'm gonna say something
But
what
it's-
Big Shug was
it's
saying
jealousy.
about dude died young. Migos have been out for over 10 years. He was only 28.
Right. So,
He's a baby.
So those guys were young, you know what I'm saying?
teenage. And he just said, I seen on Drink Champs post, he was talking about, you know, he wants his flowers now, not when he's gone. Takeoff. It was, you know, they just posted.
Yeah.
And he said he's just trying to live life, but people don't want to see you. People you know don't want to see you progress and become great.
That evil
You know?
eye,
So
that
he was
jealousy
like, you know,
around
and
it.
then that's what ultimately happened.
So it looks like there's also, like, you know, we're gonna get new information as time goes on. So by the time you see this, maybe this isn't even the story anymore. But looks like there was an altercation with Quavo. Takeoff came over. Then there was a bigger altercation. Shots were fired and fire was returned, and Takeoff was hit by, it seems to be like his own god.
Stay
At the end of
tuned.
the day, it was
Stay
senseless.
tuned.
It was
Yeah.
nothing important
Stay
that
tuned.
it should have ended
Never is.
in death.
Never
Yeah.
is. They ain't
But I
doing
just don't
At the
see
end of the
everybody. Oh,
day.
he shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't be doing that. So
They can't call that because it's just like I said, the jealousy got
Yeah.
you murdered.
And you
or
thinking you're at a
the
private
distaste.
party, you know?
But still, people got guns. People be having guns on the plane. And
They
we don't
can't
even
win.
know.
They can't.
You know
If
what I
he
mean?
ain't there,
So,
then he ain't real.
yeah,
Oh, he ain't
Yeah,
real. He ain't
no.
there. He would never go to a
real.
dice game. He ain't real.
He
He ain't real like the rappers I liked when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying?
Funny thing about it, when I was in high school, man, shit, so long ago, I didn't even like rappers because I didn't even know what they were.
Yeah.
Anyway, now it's all good.
Like that
But
rap
listen,
didn't even exist.
like I
Yeah, I
said,
just wanted to say rest in peace to
rest
that
in
guy.
peace, take
Rest
off,
in peace,
man.
no matter what
If
the
you watch the
situation
podcast,
is. We all should be able to live our lives without having to get shot.
If you watch the
Well,
podcast, we've all said that we've liked Migos, you know, from here and there, and
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think they're very influential. I think that they're
sure.
over now. I think it's just going to be a couple of solo artists
You're in the
probably.
life of crime, you should be good.
But you know, it's just stupid, man. It's like
100%.
it's crazy. It's like 2 lives gone. You know, if it was an accident, that's a manslaughter charge. Probably gonna go away for a little while. You know, if it was an accident.
But look at our shit, though.
But if it
It
wasn't,
happens.
we're
Stupid
sitting
shit
on your
happens
life.
all the time.
We're sitting up here doing the podcast. Pat Stay murdered. Takeoff murdered.
PNB Rock murder.
PNB Rock murder. You know what I mean? Saying shit on Instagram about they ain't gonna roll up and get me. So I mean, it's just wild out here, man. But listen, we're gonna move off from that. Not to take any less heat, but you know.
Let's lighten the mood.
Yeah, I got some sports shit too.
Yeah.
You got another hip hop joint.
Hip hop. Oh yeah, I want to say, October 30th is my birthday, but it's also a very sad day in hip hop. It's the day Jam Master Jay was murdered, so I'd like to just say rest in peace, Jam Master Jay.
All right,
We might,
legend.
all of us who make a living off hip hop, whether big or small, might not really be able to do it if it wasn't for those guys. Like,
Trust me.
Really, they really sold out Madison Square Garden. 40,000 people bought a ticket just to see these people perform. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say rest in peace to Jam Master Jay. Is a cultural icon. There's legends and there's icons, and he's an icon. So
Definitely an icon. One of the earliest hip hop shows that I saw was Run DMC. Also, 3 years ago this week, past week, excuse me, Gangstar came out with their posthumous album, one of the best yet. Celebrated that this week, man. It's a blessing. Rest in peace, Guru the Great.
There's a video. That's the video, right? With your son and Guru's son in the video.
Yes, yes.
Check that out.
Videos out there. I'm on. That actually is not on the album.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah, that's a single. Should have been
newer
on
song.
there.
That's a newer song.
Yeah, that should.
I didn't think that was 3 years.
But it was around that time. No, that song was around that time. They just didn't get it on the album.
No
right
shit.
after. It was kind of a remix almost. But I'm on Militia, the Militia version on there, and singing on there too. Interlude. So check that out, man. If you don't have it. Sports wise, I just got a couple of things I want to speak.
See the World
on.
Series last night?
Oh man, listen.
That home run derby?
5 home runs. Obviously, Bryce calls the dude over and says something to him, whatever, then he goes and claps it.
Yeah.
Then they just keep clapping balls. So right now, Phillies is up 2-1, right? Yep, so
They figured out his pitch. He was
amazing.
He held his glove like I don't have a glove on.
They
but
showed it,
He held
yeah.
his glove like this when he did a fastball or whatever, and like this when he did
curveball. They was smacking all the
Whatever it was, they
five of
figured
them
out the
shits.
cheat code, but it's not really cheating.
And the first time ever that somebody hit 5 home runs in a game
Silly.
in the World Series, or I think even playoffs.
The place was going crazy. You could see it. You could feel the energy.
Man, I was feeling that shit, and I was
Because it
seeing
was going,
clips.
wow.
I saw clips.
I was like, mad
we
people
watched
are going to
it.
be drunk tonight and
We watched it.
calling out of work
For
next.
some reason, when we try to watch it on our TV, this is so random, but when we try to watch it in English, it won't play. But we watch it in Spanish.
La Serie
I
Mundial.
really see these. They're going crazy. Man. The sportscasters going nuts.
I was feeling it too, man. Also, Astros manager Dusty Baker says the 2022 World Series having 0 U.S.-born black players looks bad for baseball. It's probably the first time that ever happened, but it says the Houston Astros and the Philadelphia Phillies will likely feature 0 U.S.-born black players for the first time since
kinda crazy,
1950. Right. During a medium availability session on Thursday, Astros manager Dusty Baker shared his thoughts on what that means for baseball. Baker told reporters it's not a good look for the game, but remains positive about its future. One of the main things that he's saying is that you have a kid who's going to play baseball, maybe in the inner city, whatever, and you're looking at a sport that there's nobody that's like you, or nobody that, so does that make you want to go play basketball or football, whatever, you know what I mean?
You see a dark-skinned guy when you're a kid. I don't know. I don't think you think he's black, but it's still this.
Well,
from afar, it looks like.
Being black.
What he's
can't
saying
read
is
the-
that
you
them
can't read the name on the
Latinos
back of the
that are
shirt.
dark.
Well, he just said U.S. born black.
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy.
So he knows
Like
that
them.
there's Latinos that are black in there, but he's just saying, and because coming from our soil, like it's like, damn,
Yeah.
dudes don't want to play, like no more Hank Aaron's coming
Yeah.
up and Sheffield and all those guys. So, but,
They need someone to look up to want to play the sport.
or to make it interesting like that, to be
a
like,
Frank Thomas again.
look at they're changing baseball anyway. They're fucking pitch clocks and all this other shit.
Dude,
trying to
they
get
got
the youth.
designated hitters in the National League now.
Yeah, they trying. It's just trying to speed up
Switching
for the
it
young.
up.
Also, a big story this week.
Oh, hold on. Before you go, why does Dusty Baker wear black gloves? Do you know?
Nah.
I never knew that. I thought it was a COVID thing, but he's been doing it for a long time.
He's back.
It's probably
He's
that
back.
thing that he keeps
Come
with
on.
himself. Maybe he played like he did that, so maybe it's just
yeah.
something to it. I assume. I'm not, But another big story in sports this week was the Brooklyn Nets. I alluded to it a little bit earlier. Fired their coach, Steve Nash, after a couple of years. It was mutiny anyway. They wanted to get rid of him. Kevin Durant didn't want him there.
A mutiny on
I know
there.
he carries weight. But the crazy thing is, they hired the former Celtics coach who was on suspension for a year, Ime Udoka, for some behavior with the Celtics, but he was on suspension for a year. So Brooklyn hired him, and now he's going to be their coach, which should be pretty interesting because they play Boston. It's they're right there in the Eastern Division, so it'll be pretty cool to watch. But man, it's just crazy. It shows you that quickly things move, things change. But hey, the man was giving out another opportunity
you're over
to
here
coach,
playing over
and he's
here.
going to be coaching a great team. So that we'll see what happens, man. But I still like the Celtics. Celtics is still A1.
What about the Lakers? What a crazy fucking turn of events over there.
Trash. That's trash. Westbrook, LeBron James.
Did they win yet? As
I
of
don't
today?
know. They might have won one.
No,
Maybe.
As
They might
yesterday, they
have
were
won
0-5.
They're Thursday. Thursday
Uh-oh.
is the slang for trash.
Uh-oh.
Sit them out on the fucking sidewalk in a black bag.
They said Thursday.
But
Thursday.
on the sidewalk
That's
part,
when the garbage
not if you don't have someone that comes and cuts your shrubbery.
You gotta trim. You
Yeah.
got to trim.
No funny shit. Yes, she definitely didn't read outside of the room. Yo, the shrubbery, god damn. Anyway, so what we got? Stupid as he's? No.
Oh, it's time for Stupid as Hell. Hell,
Oh,
hold on.
Mr.
Someone-
DL's favorite part of the show.
Yo, now this the funny thing, like some people, man, are stupid, and some people are stupid,
Uh-oh.
and some people are stupid. Right?
I feel like we're gonna get some of
And
the
some
latter.
people are STOOPID, stupid. So right now, hold on, man, I gotta get to it.
Stupid.
We'll be able to chop. Wait a minute. It's so
No, don't chop it. We'll just talk about hitting the like button. Make sure you
hit that
subscribe. Go to
like
the
shit.
Danger Zone Podcast Clip channel. And you could watch the show in short segments.
Clip.
Oh, I don't really talk about other podcasts, but
Oh boy.
did you see on Math Hoffa's podcast?
Yeah, I did.
I sent you that clip?
Yes.
Tech wasn't having it, huh?
Nah, they stood up, and then the end it pieced it out. So
Yeah.
shout out to Tech and Steel
Hell yeah.
and Matt Hoff and them. It was good. It was a lot of information there.
Yeah. I like that.
A few things were straightened out.
They are here.
Yo, we had the Danger Zone podcast, episode what?
41.
41. And we're blessed, and we're grateful to have Dres from Black Sheep, and that's just part of it because Dres the rapper as well. You know what I'm saying? So, appreciate you coming through. What's good, brother?
Man, life is good. You know what I'm saying? Just taking every day one at a time and pushing it forward. You know what I'm saying? Continuing what we started.
Of course. So listen, could you give a lot of guys we have on, from the 90s and 80s and so forth, and newer rappers, whatever. But everybody isn't privy to the knowledge of the whole Dres thing. So can you just give us a synopsis? You know what I'm saying? A backstory on where Dres came from and how this came about. You know what I mean?
Well, I no doubt. Originally, native New Yorker, born in Queens, New York. Grew up in the Astoria projects and in the Bland projects in Flushing, Queens.
Right.
And both my parents were from the Bland. But my stepfather, my parents divorced when I was probably about 8 or 9, maybe 10. And my stepfather moved us down to North Carolina. He was in the Army. So that was my introduction to North Carolina. I went to high school called E.E. Smith in Fayetteville. And that kind of really changed my life because I really kind of was a really fast kid. You know what I'm saying? I was growing up really, really quickly. And, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of slowed me down and it put a few different things in my hand, like a trumpet, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in the marching band, jazz
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up playing handball, so my gym teacher happened to be the tennis coach. First year I was there, I was a varsity letterman in tennis just because the dynamics were the same. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was just this whole new world that I was open to. You know what I'm saying? Like the football team, the high school I went to in New York wouldn't even have a football team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, like I'm, privy to this whole new world that exists.
Right.
That I was open to receiving. So it kind of, you know what I'm saying, helped me to kind of, and hip hop was brand new. You know what I'm saying? So it was something that spoke to me, you know what I'm saying, from the door, especially with the dynamics of me being very, I was very soulful. Both my parents sung in bands at different points in their lives that I was around, that I was privy to. So, like, music was always a part of my life. So once hip hop really started blossoming, at least for me, coming out of the ground that I could visualize it, it really spoke to me. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it was something that I saw myself being able to kind of manipulate to the degree of intelligent words and of being able to basically put together the formation of a song, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, I was able to kind of see the difference between a verse and a song, you know what I'm saying, how a hook is cohesive with the verse, to create a song as opposed to, just spend 16 bars and things thereof, you know what I'm saying, like I was very musically inclined with my ability, you know what I'm saying, so, and it's taken me far, like 31 years later after The Choice Is Yours, release literally 2-3 days ago was the anniversary. And, for it to be, in a major ad campaign like via Papa John.
Right.
Once again, it's still continuing to push forward, which is for me amazing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like one of the luckiest people in the world.
I spoke on that before we got on air about that same thing about the legs and the longevity and that. So me and then most fans and people in hip hop know you from the group Black Sheep. So how did Black Sheep come about, and how did you brothers connect, and what was your vision moving forward on that? What type of hip hop were you presenting? Because it was kind of like between a rock and a hard place, because you had a smooth delivery, you know what I'm saying, and the songs had that bump to them, where sometimes people misconstrue it to being like, oh, this is like a softer type of hip hop, you know what I mean, when it was really intellectual and soulful and a lot of other things. So, but in a nutshell though, how did you form Black Sheep and then move forward with that direction?
That's peace. Like Black Sheep was formed in those Carolina days. I went to school for I went to E.E. Smith, this high school in Fayetteville, like in a predominantly black high school in Fayetteville for 3 years. My senior year, my stepfather and mother separated, and we moved to a small town called Sanford. My mom was like the director of social services there, so we kind of on the white side of town, unbeknownst to us, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I start school, and it's an all white school. It's a whole different vibe. It's everything that I feared the Carolinas would present when I first moved down there. My senior year, I got it all in 1 year. You know what I'm saying? Like I moved to that town. You know what I'm saying?
Keep that train of thought, not to cut you. So I know that you're not a big dude, but like in high school, was you even smaller? You know what I'm saying? Like it was.
Yeah.
No so doubt. I can see you just navigating. But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
But but very much, I guess to a lot of cats' surprise, like I grew up fighting. I'm from Astoria Projects. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Bland. Like my father was a hustler. Like my mom's was, she was 16 when she got pregnant with me.
Right.
So we essentially grew up together. I come from a family that was well versed in street activity.
Yes.
And on top of it, my grandparents had 13 kids, so I come from a big family.
Shit, mine's too. That's funny. It's 13.
You know what I'm saying? Like
13.
All hustlers. You know what I'm saying? The Spanish side of my family, basically all hustle. You know what I'm saying? And so like literally my first day of high school, as a senior at least senior high school, me and my little sister, we get on the bus, and it's like a rainy day, and we're waiting on the bus. You know what I'm saying? And it's bus because we got to get on the same bus. They're dropping her off at the junior high school, and they're going, you know, I'm already not digging it because my little sister's getting on the bus.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm senior high school already, like, oh God, this place is gonna be ridiculous. So we get on the bus, we don't realize that we're the last stop. When we get on the bus, it's a rainy day, I said, and we get on the bus, we look, the entire bus is full. We're the only black kids on the entire bus. So essentially, we have to ask them 2 people to sit 3 to a seat. You know what I'm saying? So we walk to the middle of the bus, and we try to sit right across from each other, and we ask them to sit 3 to a seat. So essentially, it's like we got one cheek going and one cheek in the aisle. You know what I'm saying? We kind of leaning on each other in the aisle a little something. Just, you know, not to, you know, they reluctantly move. You can feel the vibe. You can feel everybody stop talking, this, that, and the other. As the bus starts continuing to school, you hear cats from the back, oh shit, we got niggas on our bus.
Oh boy.
Get the fuck out, niggas on our bus.
Right.
And I'm like, oh shit, I turn around and everybody turns away. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, man.
And then you hear it again, like, you know, like, what you turn around for, nigga? This and the other, like, and I turn around again, and now you seeing KKK in the condensation on the windows, you know what I'm saying? You can write on the windows, you see a nigga on the, I'm like, oh shit.
We right in this,
You know what I'm saying? I turn back around and they still on this bullshit. Like, you know, white don't turn around no more, nigga. I'm like, and I turn and I look at my sister. My little sister was shaking, crying, uncontrollably. You know what I'm saying? Like literally just shaking and crying, and the shit infuriated. You know what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, I guess one of them felt the hard nigga, you know what I'm saying, says it real loud and long. And I turn and I catch it, the R coming out of his mouth, and he tries to shut up and turn.
R on there.
I get up, I walk to the back, full bus, all whoever the fuck, and I walk right up to the door, and he looks up. First mistake that he did, you know, saying stand up as I walked up on him. But he looks up and he's about to say whatever he's about to say, but as he opens his mouth, I'll punch him in his fucking mouth. And I keep punching him in his face. And I put my hands between the 2 seats and I start stomping them between the seats. Cats is jumping out of my way. Bus driver has to pull over, stop, stop me. I damn near put this kid through the floor. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? They wind up suspending me off the bus. They didn't suspend me from school. They suspended me off the bus.
Yeah.
As a result of, you know, what took place and how it took place and this and the other. So my mom drove me to school, but you know, a black mother, after a week, you know, my suspension was up. She's like, yo, you gotta get back on this bus.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like the same scenario, the same day. It's a rainy day, me and my sister getting on this bus for the second time in life. You know what I'm saying? Just to get white people, we the last stop. But this is my word. As we walking down the aisle, this kid stands up and he's like, yo, y'all want to sit here? And he gets the white kid that he's sitting with to stand up, and they go sit 3 to a seat. And they give this shit to me and my sister. And I appreciated dude from like so sincerely for that. That was such a gesture. But this, my word, no bullshit. A week from that day, I owned the back seat of the fucking bus. I'm telling the whole fucking bus New York stories and the whole, you know, like it was my fucking bus after that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like literally, like it was just what New York did in those situations. And like, I was a little nigga and I have no idea what size the nigga was that I had.
Of course.
I do know I bust his ass, and I do know it didn't matter.
Yeah, he know that too.
It's that New York mentality.
And that's how I get down.
Nah, I mean, that's crazy. So maybe that brought us to. So is this why when you did the video with the Chiefs, they were black and white? Nah, I'm fucking with you. But I'm fucking with you. But
I wasn't that deep.
Nah, I know, right?
We was taking whatever was there.
Yo,
there was an old gangster movie where a guy from New York went down to the Carolinas. Remember we were watching it? And they're all sitting around a table talking about how badass their hood was and this and that. And the guy's like, "Oh, really? I'm from New York City. Ever heard of it?" And it's just how he said it. You know what I mean? It was just like,
and you know it's crazy because I've lived that. as you. I was in the 5th grade. I was the only black kid in the entire school, and I got suspended and expelled actually because they made it seem like something was wrong with me. You know what I mean? And then so that I got suspended from that system, and eventually, you know, I went on to do what I do and live and whatever you. But I just remember, and it was just challenging because people. I was taught by my parents, you know, to warn people of things. That if they touch you or whatever, then, you know, my father smacked the shit out of him. That's how he was. Tell him first.
You know what I'm saying?
So when they
took
it as,
no joke.
I was bigger than everybody, you know, so they was taking it as this big black kid is smacking the shit out of our kids.
Yeah.
So therefore it was like
a bully.
Yeah, it was like, but I was only doing like stupid.
You got it rough, just sort of off appearance.
They want to, they want to touch. People would be like touching my hair or trying to reach, like shit. Like, please don't do that, because I was taught that. Yeah. And they do it again and say some dumb shit. They used to call me FT. And that shit, because we had afros back then, so they used to start saying, fuzz top. Like, that was some shit. Like, but my
You said a sad story a few weeks back where you couldn't even trick or treat as a kid because you were too big.
Oh, yeah, well, that part too. Like, that shit actually made me mad, though. But anyway, I was 12, I was 6 feet. You know, I go to, hey, but my boys was getting their candy in the bags on trick or treat. Yo, dude, for real, I went to about 5 cribs and they was like, yo, man, you gotta get a job. And I'm still a kid. I'm a kid, so I'm like, yo, that's fucked up. 5 cribs, and I took that shit off. I was like, fuck this trick or treat shit. I'm going to get bags. Now, but,
that was his last year trick or treating.
It really was. That was it. 6 feet trick or treat don't work.
That's my word. Like, I was the little cat. Like I snatched my first pocketbook at 11. You know what I'm saying? And I can't imagine. I can't imagine my kid at 11 snatching. You know what I'm saying? And like, I come from when gangs were in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like damn near mascot. I had the nickname Scarface way before the movie because I fought so much and because I was one of those kids that was flipping off the fence onto the mattress in the projects.
Yeah.
I'm riding, you know, the cable, the big thing that holds the cable wires. I'm walking that down the projects. Everybody knew me in the entire projects. I'm way too young to have as much freedom as I had. I lost my 2 front teeth because the bike I was riding was way too big for me and didn't have brakes. I'm trying to turn coming down the hill and I flew off and landed on my mouth. Like, that's how. But I'm a kid. I'm probably like 8 years old, 9 years old, but I'm still looking for my 2 front teeth because I'm putting them under my pillow.
Put them shits underneath.
For the tooth fairy.
You know, like I got way too much going on, but I'm still a kid.
That's what I'm saying. They didn't realize.
Like Carolina definitely put me on a whole different route and gave me the opportunity to look at the world through a different lens. You know what I'm saying? And even when I came back to New York, the week I finished high school, I came back to New York. You know what I'm saying? And it was on my own, you know, kind of sense. Yeah. But I got in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like before I was introduced to the native tongue. Oh, well, let me hit you with how I meet on.
Yeah. Yo, I was rolling with you because I'm like, fuck it. You know, we always.
But it's cool.
We're gonna talk. So it's all good.
In Carolina, my senior year, you know what I'm saying, and hip hop is young. One of my friends in this school, in this scenario, that's, you know, all of these white cats that are really, is a very racial intense spot. One of my dear friends that winds up becoming a great friend of mine, that would have been the third black sheep, is my man Stan. Stan was a senior as well, and he's from the Bronx, Brooklyn Bronx kind of cat, and was straight about anything that was popping on the street level. But just to say, he had turntables, he had mics, he had cassettes. His crib, his mom kind of, you know, those moms that set up the crib so their kid doesn't have to go outside and get in trouble.
Yes.
So he could smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She was the cool mom. Everybody wanted to be at his house.
Cool,
so he wouldn't be on the streets, and she knew where he was.
Right, exactly. And she knew her son. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like we in high school, but there's artillery, there's, you know, like we in Carolinas and there's access. So, and we're those kids. Like, hip hop probably is the best thing to happen to us at that moment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we definitely was trying to do a lot. But every day I'm over my man Stan's house. You know what I'm saying? Literally every day after school, you can find me at Sam's house, smoking all over weed, drinking our blunts, writing rhymes, reciting. Both of us could cut. Like, he got turntables, we got records. You know what I'm saying? So we're both, you know, just well versed. Every day, our little man comes by. Well, his little man initially becomes our little man, Shorty Doo-Wop. Shorty Doo-Wop hadn't started high school yet. We were going to be Mr. Long. My senior year, you know what I'm saying, there's this big show that's coming in Raleigh. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, every day we all meet. Every day we hanging out. Like, Long is just dumb nice. He don't drink, he don't smoke. He's just a dumb nice DJ. Mad sharp. Nicer than both of us. You know what I'm saying? Me and my man Stan, we kind of making tapes and bugging out, but we just doing it for the love of the culture. Like the culture isn't even a word at the point. We're just doing it for the love. It's not even an escape plan via hip hop. We just doing it because we're here. We have records, we have turntables, and hip hop is young and we love it. You know what I'm saying? We're writing rhymes daily.
So Stan
with no focus.
Stan was the other dude, but the dude that you ended up like was a good. What was his name again?
Mr. Long. At the time it's Shorty Doo-Wop.
Okay.
William.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So how he becomes so real quickly, there's this big show that's coming to Raleigh. So we got a little juice in Raleigh. My man Craze, cat from the Bronx, he's our man. He's gonna work. He's gonna be working the show. He knows all three of us. He knows how dope Long, you know, Shorty Doo-Wop is. So we finagle it and get Long in front of the entire arena. Oh, the show is Red Alert bringing down the real Roxanne and Roxanne Shante.
Nice.
And you know what I'm saying, and a few other cats. You know what I'm saying. So we get Long in front of the entire arena, and he's so short he has to stand on milk crates.
How tall was he?
Cut. So,
how tall is he?
He's barely 5 feet.
I know,
Jesus.
I know
you know what I'm saying? Barely 5 feet.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But he's dumb nice. When I mean, you know what I'm saying, it's like just mad accurate, like ridiculously precise, you know what I'm saying? So he's killing it, you know what I'm saying? The arena's bugging out that he's so little. So Red Alert wants to meet him. Red is like, yo, you know, like, yo, who's, you know, we like, yo, this our little man, this, that, and the other. Red is like, yo, where you from? He's like, I'm from Brooklyn, but I live here, but I'm in New York every summer. Red gives him the number. When you come up, get up with me. So unbeknownst to me, you know, like I finished school, I'm out. I'll bring back to New York. So the next 3-4 years, every summer, Long would come up, he would get up with Red. Red put Long in the studio with the Jungle Brothers when they're making their first album. You know what I'm saying? So every summer he's getting to know fellas that much deeper, that much, you know, that much cooler. I wound up getting arrested hustling. I was probably of the first 200-300 people knocked by TNT task force in New York behind the crack epidemic. You know what I'm saying? I was hustling straight up, like doing way too much. My whole team was doing a lot. And to this day, you know, very strong team, you know what I'm saying, that I don't really speak to, but, you know, that still exists and still strong. Just to say, I want to do 10 months on Write This. I want to do 10 months in the halfway house. And coming out of the halfway house, I get my first apartment on my own in the Bronx. I'm going to school at a Queensboro Community College, and I get a job working for a federal agency working with the homeless. North Carolina really kind of prepared me. I typed and all of this shit that I wouldn't have been able to do had I just went to school in New York. But I'm really kind of just fixing everything. Coming from lunch, hadn't been working probably 2-3 months maybe. Coming from lunch, going back to my office. I got an office, the whole shit. Who I passed in the streets of Manhattan? Long, Shorty Doo-Wop. Literally on the street.
Fate.
Walking by him like, oh shit, get the fuck out of here. We start chopping it up. Turns out he just came back to me. He just finished high school. He's in New York full time trying to get situated. He's living in Brooklyn with his aunt, her man, and their kid in a studio. I'm like, yo, I just got my own apartment a week ago. I said, not even a week ago. I said, give me a week to live in it. I said, I just got it like maybe 48 hours ago. Give me a week to live in it, and you come stay with me. I was like, let me get it situated. The next week, he comes to stay with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, till you get on your feet, it's all good. But when he comes, he's got turntables, records, this and the other, and I'm like, oh shit, like I'm bugging, like you still doing this shit? Like, oh shit, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And I have noticed it, like in this pile is 3 records, and this pile is 5 records, this pile is just 2 records, this pile might have however, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you know, like what's this? You know, breaking it down. And he doesn't have equipment, he's just got turntables and records. But he plays me like, you know, like, yo, I hear this beat, plays the beat with this bass line, plays a different record with the bass line, with these horns. And I'm hearing it like, oh shit, that's hot. You know what I'm saying? For this one I hear, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit, like you still, you know, knee deep in this shit. That's what's up. So I don't really want to take him where I'm coming from and introduce him to cats that I'm kind of trying to keep an arm's reach away from.
Yeah, stiff arm.
I start hanging out with him, going to the studio. So he starts introducing me to the cats that he's been around for the last few summers. De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest,
right.
Jungle Brothers, Red Alert, me and Red hit it off, and Chris Lighty hit it off. And, you know, like, I'm just bugging that my little man has been, you know, just running around with these cats, you know, because I know who all of these cats are. Well, at the time I get introduced, Tribe is working on their first album. They hadn't released their first album yet. So that's what I meet, and that's when I meet cats. And like I said, like I'm coming from kind of a hustling aspect, so I look a little different, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't the Kented Cloth, I wasn't Safari, I was a little more of a, you might got a little clean hustle, but as well, I didn't want to lead with that, knowing my company. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in a company, in my opinion, I recognize the royalty. And I knew that I had a voice within it. And even though where I'm coming from might be easy to speak to, I'm looking at the cats that's speaking to it. And I'm not even feeling how they going about it. It was a lot of, in my opinion, I always felt my story is bigger than me. So I never really elaborated on it because I felt I would be pulling other cats in and shit of that nature that I didn't feel like I needed to. So I chose to talk about other shit. I always felt like you'll be able to sense where I'm from by the shit that I'm saying. I don't need to elaborate on some of the things that are gonna wind up being my giving.
Right.
And over time, you know what I'm saying, I feel like, you know, like, all right, well, you might have felt like this hearing whatever you heard. But over time, you know what I'm saying, those that know. And if, you know, if those that need to find out, you know, that's in front of you.
How did y'all become Black Sheep though? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, essentially what happened was this, like, I'm recognizing that Long wants to put together shit. Long recognizes that, you know, like I used to be rhyming when we was in Carolina. So it's like I see it right in front of us. Long is looking kind of wanting an MC, and I'm like, yo, Long, like shit. We could put together some shit and probably get a deal. Like these cats are really, you know, like this is the native fucking tongue. Like, you know, like, and your family, like, you know, like Long did the cuts for Buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like Long pulled me in, you know what I'm saying? Which is probably why I was loyal for a really long time. Beyond, you know, like conventional. But just, you know, like beyond reason rather. But just to say, but Long definitely put me in place and put me in pocket, and I will be forever grateful for that. Like, you know, he had the relationship, and so what wound up happening was like, you know, at that point in time, a studio session, just a 2-inch tape cost $200.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying? Like a session easily costs you a G, easily to just do a song or two.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I had jewelry and things thereof. I wanted to pawn in my jewelry, and I split the money with Long right there, you know, in the pawn shop. And I'm like, yo, let's go make a demo. We partners from here. We're looking at the native tongue and knowing that, you know, like we're essentially going to be reaching out to Red to help us set up some meeting. So, you know, we're definitely native tongue affiliated. Long is loved by everyone, you know, in the room. I'm meeting it and having building really strong bonds with everybody. So it was like, you know, like if you looked at us, like, yeah, these are people, and shit, and we had once it got to the point we fighting with niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like if you attack one of, like, you know, I remember for Chris Lighty, this is my where I done got in fights holding Red down, Mace down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like once it got to the point that, you know, like we fighting side by side, we flew. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like that's what it was. And I think everybody respected it as such. So it was like we didn't look like them if you looked at us, but we were family.
Yeah, we thumped. Like, yeah,
and so it was me that was like, yo, if anything, we kind of the black sheep, you know, of this family. And that was it. You know, that's how we started rocking.
Let me ask you this question. So boom. Cause like, you know, I'm a gangster at the time, and you know, everybody's ascending basically at the same time. You know, all the groups. I mean, all the groups at that time, everybody always hung around each other. I mean, I might have seen you at several places, Q-Tip, whoever, everywhere you was going. I mean, that's what we did. We kind of partied together. Wasn't really trying to get at each other like in a negative way like today. It was more like we just partied together, you know? So when I
don't know if you realize it though. I'm keeping it buck. There was a point in time, me and Keith didn't really care for each other.
Yeah, I could believe it because I know how he is.
Yeah.
And I was about to tell you.
There was little points out that we did not care for each other whatsoever. And you know what I'm saying? I used to be like, always like, yo, eventually something's gonna pop. You know what I'm saying? Just to say that, you know, like our energy was both so sarcastic at each other.
Oh,
you know
I would see y'all greet. So it was professional at best. Because it was always like, you know, what's up? And he always, you know, was like that. But this is probably my part right here that I'm about to tell you now. It's funny you say that. So, y'all Black Sheep, you know, them dudes are from, you know, a different side as well. And I just basically got out. You know, I just came home. I'm rocking with these dudes, whatever. So when we see the video with the sheep, you know what I mean? You know, so dudes, you know, dudes on some real shit. Dudes like, fuck these niggas with these sheeps and shit. What is this shit, right? So this is really how she, you know, I'm like I said, I got that come home mentality. I'll go out there fucking sheep up. I'm like, I'm just thinking. I see it, right? So then I'm like, yo, when it became what it became, obviously for me too, because like I'm not even just for a podcast. I'm one of the greatest fans of you and just a couple other more things I'm gonna tell you that, you know, so I always respected you and your whole shit. But that video, was that something though, on some real, y'all Black Sheep, but is that something where a label or say, let's do this? Because I mean, I don't picture you saying, yo, let's just get a bunch of sheep and just walk through these, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was 100% the label.
That
was our introduction. So, you know, like, especially your introduction, you know, they like, you know, we're being introduced to new words like treatment. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You know, we're gonna look at some treatments and this and the other. And we like, you know, like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So once they storyboarded shit, you know, they tell, you know, we probably chose between this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
You know, and this looked like something where they're gonna put some attention into us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And more than anything, that's where our head was. You know what I'm saying? We just want y'all to commit some attention. We don't want y'all to just come on some, you know, whatever.
It's another rap group,
and that's where our head was at. You know, we figured that the music in time would kind of be what it was. It would represent itself. And even like how we started off the album, you know, like you know, like with a skit, like by presenting something that it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I thought I was hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not to say that we not, but that's just to say what I thought I was in this moment. You know what I'm saying? It was a wolf in sheep's clothing, like, you know, like, and then we take you somewhere else on some real cool shit. You know, and in a roundabout way, you know what I'm saying, try to tie it in with some of the Black things, the things that are going on in the Black community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as just how we perceive each other. Don't get it twisted. We had a lot of fun in here. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely a native smorgasbord. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like we throwing in the Blackness, but at the same time, we having a lot of fun at a lot of parties. We exploring a lot of sexuality and things thereof. You know what I'm saying? Definitely pushing the barrier with words and you know, and making you think. You know what I'm saying? Making you expound a little bit upon, you know what I'm saying, your vocabulary to things thereof. You know what I'm saying? Like we, you know, like I felt like I had so much more to offer than what was being offered. And I think the natives really helped me to kind of define that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas like those cats are all dope, like dope cats. And they're all individuals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, had their unique sounds. And the funny thing, not to cut you deep.
So to be dope amongst them without sounding like them, that was our quandary. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to find a way to be dope amongst them without you looking at us like we sounded just like any of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I remember, it's just on some funny shit, D, for you. I remember we would be like, yo, after that, the vid and all that, right? First of all, was it that you went somewhere where it was all them sheep?
They brought them to Harlem.
A couple of times, we had sheep a couple of times at different record stores, you know what I'm saying, for signings and like
you see, I didn't know that.
The label was all about it.
Hey, we would see you, cause sometimes we would see y'all and we go, oh shit, it's Black Sheep, right? And then we run up on Cash, what's good? But it's just some young, like kind of almost like a juvenile type thing, cause everybody was in competition. Everybody, you know what I mean? But it was
very much.
It was
very cliquish. Our time was very cliquish, and you know what I'm saying, and like we were all. I wish we were a lot more like we are today.
Of course.
How I can only imagine how strong we would have been.
Yeah.
But we weren't. You know what I'm saying? We were all very cliquish, and we all like.
Let me tell you another thing real quick before we move on. Let me tell you, so DJ Premier used to do shows, and he was started out with, "Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it?" Yo, your man Q-Tip wasn't really liking that. You know what I mean? So he was like, "Wait a minute, man. You know." So it switched up. But I'm just saying. So I seen it from that side, like, oh, okay. So these backpack kids is really trying to, show some oomph. That's how I seen it. I'm still getting civilized. Coming around all this hip hop shit. But just because how the music was, it wasn't. You couldn't assume like dudes was like this way or that way. Because that dude was like not really happy about that. No, you can't kick it. Like he was like, yo, that shit is me. It's all love. Shout out to Q-Tip, Preem and all us, we all peoples. But man, that shit was like kind of funny.
Like I'm saying, like I'm from Astoria projects, like you know what I'm saying, which is I could throw a rock and hit Queensbridge. You know what I'm saying? Like like I'm from a place that's for real. Tip is from Jamaica, like you know what I'm saying. Mace is from Brooklyn,
right.
Shit. Fellas is from Harlem. Like we all grew up in the same places, and trust me, like I don't say it to sound like that dude, because I definitely was not trying to make any noise in the room. I barely wanted to even know I was in the room. But in my backpack,
I got the segue here.
Go ahead.
I wasn't worried about what Cats was going to do on no day.
Yeah.
I was always worried about what I was going to do as the result of what Cats did. You know what I'm saying? And that's a different fear.
You
know what I'm saying? That's a totally different fear.
So this is
I was not. This is my word. I remember. One of the reasons why I kind of even fell out with Guru was, I remember he used to drink a lot.
Oh yeah, well.
Like he used to drink a lot.
That's fact. You ain't got to tell me.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
You know what I'm saying?
And so, coming out of the powerhouse, and dude is twisted to the degree that there's a gunfight in the parking lot, and I'm literally parked in between two cats shooting, two sides shooting, and I'm parked in between, low in my car, like, oh shit, how the fuck do I get out of here? But who do I see drunk walking into the shootout?
Oh jeez, I believe it, because like I said,
my word, I'm telling you,
I know.
like this dude is like it's not even computing what's happening right in front of him. He's walking. Yo, I just make a decision. I get low, put the shit in reverse, I'll screech out, I pull up next to the nigga, push the car door, yelling for him to get in. Oh, what's up, Dres? I'm like, nigga, you don't get in. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's him. It's crazy.
Yo, he gets in. I screech around the block. I see Primo's MPV.
Yeah, that's what he has.
Pull him right up to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, get your man, man. Your man is on another level.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
It's funny you say that. Not to cut you, but it's funny you say that, because I think I told the story with D and Nicole, Chef Tanya. We were at a party, Jam Master Jay's party, rest in peace. And this was the first time I seen this part of shit. So everybody was there, shit, and then shit broke out. So some OGs at the time, hard bottom shoes, all that, they got them dudes beefing. They was like jumping over bars, banging each other in the head with bottles and shit. I was like, oh shit, okay. Then when we get outside, somebody who got fucked up came back. And he's like, yo, let me tell you something. On some NY shit, seen it for real. This dude came back like Rambo. Like he had a machine gun joint. And he was like, yo, he yelled it out like, who won it? And it was like, I mean, shooting. And that getting low shit remind me because somebody got Guru's car and we always like running low as hell, diving through windows and shit, but it was no bullshit. A motherfucker was lighting up everything in sight, like at a party though. We had a party, you know what I'm saying? So fucking crazy, man.
But let me tell you, so this is kind of what set me and him off on a bad foot. I think when this took place, like he was alright. We was okay. I definitely, didn't dislike him. But I felt like he tried to play me after that, like he never rememred it, maybe.
Yeah, he never
did. Which I had to realize later he might not have.
No, he didn't.
All that drinking.
Nah, he didn't, man.
Yeah.
Right. So later when I felt like he tried to, like, especially in those days, we would take a diss to something real subtle. You know what I'm saying? Somebody do some real subtle shit. You're like, this nigga trying to play me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which
like,
was enough.
He could have said the word sheep and you would have been like, what?
And so for the longest time, we always had this bullshit energy between us.
Yeah.
And one of the last times I seen him, this is my word, I got a chance to sit down with him. And I got a chance to tell him everything I'm saying right now. You know what I'm saying? And I said it just like I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, my dude, like, and, and he told me a couple of things. And I was like, all right. You know what I'm saying?
We
and
good.
This is my word.
Squash.
We hugged hard. We hugged so hard.
Right.
And like I can honestly say, when he passed, we were the friends we were supposed to.
And you know what? Rest in peace to my brother Guru. The crazy thing is, I know for 100%, stay tuned for the movie, but I know 100% that he forgot most definitely. Just like he used to be sometimes some simple shit. He drank more than all of us, and we'd be somewhere and dude have what's that place in L.A. Everybody go for burgers and shit.
Fat Burger?
Yeah, Fat Burger. So we used to have Fat Burger, and man, motherfuckers got robbed there too. But we used to have Fat Burgers, and they used to sell this big chili cheeseburger. Now, if you ever seen a chili cheeseburger, this shit is fucking like 2 patties with mad chili on there. It's the nastiest sandwich.
Very sloppy.
Sloppier than a motherfucker.
Sandwich.
Sloppier than any Joe you ever seen. And so Guru like fucks up 2 of them shits. Right? He eats them both, but he's lit though.
Yeah.
And so after he eats them, he passes out. So now we dipping in the tour bus. He says, wakes up. He says, turn over. We gotta go eat. I said, dude, what do you mean? He was like, nah, fuck that. We gotta eat. I said, dude, you just ate 2 motherfucking chili cheeseburgers about an hour and a half ago, whatever. And he was like, when you tell people something they did when they was fucked up or drunk and don't remember it, you can see it on their face.
Get embarrassed.
On their face, it's like, really? You know what I mean? He's like, yo, so I said that's 1 out of 8 million stories, but I know he would forget whatever fucking happened like the day before. Because Rod Strickland was the same. Rod, remember Rod Strickland? Rod was like, first of all, he wasn't nobody to play with in the league. Like they didn't fuck with him like that. He was nasty. He was. But
had a game.
Him and Guru had we had the tunnel, and that motherfucker said something that's like, "What's up?" He's also, "What's up?" Shit, but Guru's 12 times past the meat at this time. He's fucked up. And the dude said something. He said, "Yo, don't talk to me. You don't know me like that." So now Rod turned to Rod like, what, nigga? Right, you know what I mean? That shit. And I'm like, yo, hold up, NBA dude, my man, they gonna scrap, nah. And we was peaceful with all them, Latrell and everybody. So everybody was your friend. You know how it was. Everybody was our friends in hip hop and basketball. Man, I'm going to mad games and shit. But I just remember, man, I said, yo, cool, man. This is Rod's for real though. Like he ain't like. First of all, Rod's 6'4" put together. You know what I mean? So he
glass of water.
He's just doing motherfuckers in the league. Like he nasty, but he got that attitude too. And Guru had the drunk shit on him. He said, niggas like you just said, we will we'll be the motherfuckers to ask yourself first or someone else. is he trying to play me? And that's just saying
cue.
that. That's us saying that out of a mechanism. Because we know this motherfucker trying to play on. We got to go right now. We got to go rectify it. But at first, you don't know.
Hey, one of the last, well, not one of the last,
Yes,
but
man, well,
I remember one of the time. I remember me and Puffy used to be mad cool.
Yeah.
I used to be in Puffy office when he was working with Jodeci. He wanted me to rhyme on Jodeci's first album.
Oh,
right?
shit.
So I used to be around him like to that degree. And, you know, so anytime I would see him, I would speak to him. You know, this is back in, you know, saying the days of when, you know, they had the basketball tournament, you know, when everything happened, the tragedy and all that. You know, this is back around then before Bad Boy became Bad Boy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as Bad Boy starts popping, you know, like anytime I would see him, I always speak to him. Oh, you know, he was cool, you know what I'm saying? Ain't had no issue with him. Anytime I would see him, I always speak to him. One day we in the tunnel walking through, this is when the Legion's just coming out. He's just got Bad Boy popping. You know what I'm saying? Literally the same time.
I'm there.
You know what I'm saying? I had the imprint called One Love, where I brought the Legion out and this female group called Image out of the West Coast. And so we walking through, me and the Legion walking through the tunnel. So anytime I would see Puff, I always spoke to him. You know, what am I doing? So, and you know, he knows cats in the Legion. So as we walking by, it's a line of us, a line of them. They on the wall like him. I think it's like Wolf, probably Gene, a few of them cats. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And so I'm walking by. They walking by. He's giving pounds to cats in front of me. And when it comes to me, like I see him all the time. I always speak to him. What up, Puff? And this nigga like looks like past me, like from the person in front of me to the person behind me. But I stood there. I ain't moving. I'm looking at him like. And he's acting like he don't see me. So I ain't really know what happened, what changed, this, that, and the other.
Right.
But I do know, I'm like, yo, my man Q's turned around. He's like, yo, what's up? I'm like, nothing. Fuck this nigga.
Yeah.
And I'm like, literally, like, right in front of all of his niggas. I throw my hand right in his face, like, yo, fuck this nigga, straight up.
Right.
Like that. And I look at him, and we walk off. So I see niggas up in his face, like, yo, you gotta go say something to him.
Right.
And I'm looking at him like, yeah, come say something to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like it's literally a laughing matter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he comes over to me, he's like, yo, what was all of that about? And I'm like, yo, Puff, every time I see you, I speak to you. I said, I'm standing in front of you, you gonna act like you can't see me? I said, yo, man, fuck you. If you can't see me, fuck you.
Right.
He's like, but I really didn't see you. I said, yo, if you really didn't see me, then I apologize. All right, does that make it better? But I knew he saw me.
Yeah.
That's why I said it. You know what I'm saying? If you really didn't see me, I apologize.
Was he dressed as the Joker?
But I knew goddamn well he saw me. He looked right, you know what I'm saying? He dapped the nigga in front of me, dapped the nigga behind me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but those were the little shits where niggas was trying to kind of, you know, and we was young enough and we had enough testosterone where that was
That's all we needed.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, right, you know, but I can say, you know, like, we did come from a place where that didn't mean we was trying to kill each other.
Of course. I mean, that was
that, you know, like the most that would have happened right there was, you know, saying I probably would have had to duff him out in the middle of the fucking tunnel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how you kept people in check.
That's how I'm looking at it. Like, it wasn't like I was gonna have to stab him, shoot him, none of the above. Like, yo, and that's how I looked at cats. That's how I looked at our issues. Our issues weren't that we couldn't communicate with each other. If anything, we were just assholes.
Yeah, it wasn't.
You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't murderous shit.
Like, and I hate that we got on some borough shit because it stifled New York. You know what I'm saying? Us being on some which borough shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when we start looking at how the game is played, you know what I'm saying? You know, shit, the five fingers make a fist.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? That makes New York strong.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The divide and conquer was so ingrained.
Saturating the shit.
Was so ingrained in us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We literally was making fucking boroughs that none of us owned or even, you know, can tell you what line to cross or not cross. You know what I'm saying? You know, we literally was fighting for
nothing.
For that. And, you know, and wound up getting lapped a couple of times as a result.
Of course.
You know.
So listen, right, one thing I want to say is we've had people on the show, Pete Rock, what's the little Money B from Digital Underground. Eric Bobo
He's
from
a nut.
Cypress Hills. So we had, and the reason why I mentioned them is because these were guys that were a part of iconic songs. You know what I mean? And which brings us to you with The Choice Is Yours. It was an amazing song at the time. You know, I remember just even maybe 7 years ago, a few years ago, I reached out to you because I wanted to come to the old school hip hop thing out there, the casino out in Foxwood out there.
Connecticut.
Yeah. So, and I got to you and we was up in there, you know, and when you did it, like, you know, I seen it from the jump off, but then I see you performing there and I said, damn, man, my man's still jumping up and down. Right, so it's like, you know, just still he got low and got up, you know. I'm like,
Okay.
and everybody know that though. Everybody, you know. So it brought that to life for me. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, damn, how do you look at it? Because you went to record the song, I'm sure, but you didn't know like all these years later that shit's on commercials and shit. We just spoke on that.
Yeah.
Might have been even on the VW commercial or something. Was on one of them shits. You know what I mean? So.
Every few years it gets some major, you know, piece of love from like a Kia to, you know,
that's what it was.
movie to somebody sample. Black Eyed Peas got a new record coming out using it. You know what I'm saying? Like I just signed off on it.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like it's definitely, you know, just been beyond a blessing. And this is my word. I remember when I remember us being in the studio when we did the remix, you know, which is the version that everybody, you know, hears. I remember looking along and just being like, yo, I don't know what we did, but I know we just did something. You know what I'm saying? This is my word. Like, I had never heard anything like it before.
Did you do the remix?
Know? So I'm like, yo.
Did you do the remix before it blew up or after it blew up?
We did the remix before it blew up. It blew up as a
Remix
result.
blew
Oh,
up.
it blew up as the remix. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Right, that's
Yeah.
like that Biggie One More Chance.
Yeah.
Like the remix was us releasing it as a single. Once we decided that Choice was gonna be this next single, we remixed it, and that was the single.
Okay.
It's so dope because you still have that, you know, your flow is tight. It's still, see, that's why a lot of them flows will be before their time, because now you still make records and it sounds like effective. It sounds, you know, you got one of them flows. I peep it, and the tone of your voice. Whereas, like, I mean, you know, you ain't. Hey, my name ain't D. Whatever, you know, it ain't that. Like how, you know, we know that shit. Your shit transcended to even now. Like I heard just a few weeks ago on Instagram, you some crazy shit. Some beat you had, right? I was like, oh, that shit had me like, you know, cause I follow shit and peep shit, but I know you drive around play beats sometimes, but this one shit was like, I was like, oh shit, this motherfucker shit. It just made me want to just jump through there, sit passenger side in the whip and start rhyming. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying though, is I know we can go on forever though, man, for real. But I got one question, not one more.
That's not the 5.
Huh?
That's not the 10 question.
Yeah, well, you got some.
Yeah, I got a couple things.
Oh, go ahead. Say what you said.
I wanted to bring it back to what Shug was talking about. Q-Tip getting mad when DJ Premier played his thing. What was it?
Well, he actually said it. He wasn't playing.
Oh,
he
said
was
it.
Saying
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, I've been on tour with Onyx, like as a rapper. I did like 40 shows with Cypress Hill as videographer, and every show they play your record. Did you know that?
Who? Cypress?
Yeah, every show.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's cats that who was there's a rock group that was doing a version of I Thought I Was Hard to Skit. Tip was doing a version of The Choice Is Yours during his show. You know what I'm saying? He actually wound up kind of, it got a little funky because he had called me to ask was I going to be on a particular show, and I was like, yeah. And right before I got on, he was on right before me. Like, it was just, you know, the way it worked out was like some shit to Pepsi or whatever. He does a version of The Choice Is Yours right before I get on.
Oh, shit.
That's terrible.
That I had to kind of pull up on him. You know, we kind of had a few words and got a little funky for a second, but, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But just say,
that's
like,
crazy.
You know, like, so the same shit he pulled up on Fan for, you know, I pulled up on him. But unless I'm performing, it's all to the G. You know what I'm saying?
No
like,
question.
Unless I'm on the same bill as you, I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and especially if I'm not on the bill, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like
rock that.
I ain't never had no issue with somebody short. Cause this is my word. Like, you know, especially within the natives,
You know, like I might throw in somebody's instrumental and start freestyling to it.
Yeah.
And think nothing of it. You know what I'm saying?
Question.
Or,
You know?
so I don't. It, to that degree, it's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially on the live aspect, it's hip hop. You know, like now, you know, as far as sampling somebody or say the other, like like all right, well, I know we paying publishing, so if you sampling me, you paying publishing too.
Of course.
So like I keep that kind of unequivocal. Like like when Fat Man Scoop sampled us and Be Faithful, shit, they got like 33% of that record. You know what I'm saying?
See?
So play that record too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
over
saying?
and over again.
Like, like that. Yeah, like we play. I know I'm playing for real out here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm playing for legacy. All of my music independently is registered. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might wind up being the artist that I could have been. I might not even be here. You know what I'm saying? But I've got independent projects that I own, masters to, and things thereof that's done correctly. You know what I'm saying? I just released a new EP. My dude I do Stew Bangers. We just released Sheep Stew. It's like 4 videos to a 5-song EP just released a couple of months ago. And I got a new one coming up with DJ Dres, who learned on the same MP as Jay Dilla. He was the DJ for Slum Village. And I'm doing a documentary and releasing a record entirely produced by Jay Dilla next year. So so that was how I met. Really, well, not met, but I hadn't met him prior. But I really got close with Dez, and I put together. One of the things I'm going to do for the rest of my career is I'm always going to be working on a 5-song EP with different cats that I just think are dope.
Right.
So that way, I always stay busy within myself.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But I got a few projects that that I'm doing. To the contrary, that's just a personal thing. But so I got this Dez project coming out. Make sure you check out the Sheep Stew project. It's pretty dope. Word up. And if it's one of those projects, if somebody that missed the golden era wonders what it might sound like, play the Sheep Stew project. It'll put you right there.
Well, look, let me situate my microphone. I got a question asked by us 3. We would like to know your 10 favorite MCs. 10 favorite MCs. 10.
Doesn't have to be in
real
the
quick,
order.
we see Just Ice.
No.
Tito from the Fearless 4. I'm gonna say Coogee Rap. I'm gonna say AZ. I'm gonna say Black Thought. I'm going to say Pharaoh.
Definitely.
I'm gonna say who else is insane to me? Melly Mel. Going to say let me see. Just MCs, not groups, right? Just
Don't matter.
Yeah, well, however you want. How many you got?
Here's 3 more.
You just need 3 more.
I would say who I really like. Some people I go to like as individuals would be definitely like my peers. I look at as probably Guru.
Okay.
Would be one.
Love.
I look at I'm gonna say. See, I'm trying to pick individuals, not groups.
Yeah.
I think groups count.
It's only 2 more. But there's so many.
Yeah, not
MCs.
groups do count, but like if it was groups, I'd be like, like Mob, I would definitely say
Because, like,
Mob.
for example, Cypress Hill got a different sound than just Be Real by himself.
Yeah, but
True
be
that.
Be
True
real.
that.
But Be Real is the sound of them, though.
Not really. Sen Dog is a big. DJ Muggs is the
Yo,
sound.
if you put what I mean by
Oh,
that,
boy.
no, what I mean is if you turn on a record with Cypress with
Yeah, I hear you.
with Be Real's voice,
Yeah.
people gonna know like yo that's.
And then everyone goes like this. They go, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you just did a Sin Dog record, they ain't gonna think, yo, where's Cypress at?
Yeah.
That's how they be. Where's Cypress? It's the whole group.
You know what?
Go ahead. I know you got one more.
Like probably top 5 for me is Casual from the Hieroglyphics.
Okay.
Word up.
Okay, so let's
So-
one more.
One more you got. We just need one more.
Okay, Casual, and let me see, who else am I gonna pull in there? I'm gonna throw
Stomp.
shit. Who could I throw there? I'm gonna throw Kaz.
So listen. So
Put Kaz in there because Kaz still does it, and Kaz, like something that I heard fam from Phyllis Fortito say like there's no father to the style. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's how I look at like a Tito or a Kaz or a Mel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no one in front of them to show them how to do that shit.
It was like,
you know what I'm saying? And the shit that they did,
That's true.
it was the original.
still resonant.
Like the dudes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no father to the
They
style.
should be like this. This is how it should be. This is how we should rap, like this.
Nah, they
You know what I mean? Like that's kind of crazy.
Also, it's like when the original dunk contest. Those dudes were doing the original dunks. Everybody else was copycat for the rest of even now. You know what I mean? So, but so that's dope. Like one question I gotta ask as well is so I know that with the native tongues and when you came out and everything and went through the Odyssey of Black Sheep, also there was the emergence of Chi Ali. You know what I'm saying? And people always felt like Chi Ali was like your artist. Like, for some reason, like just with you. You know what I mean? And I remember he came out the box a little bit, and then he went through all that, what he went through afterwards. But do you still see him, or you still rock, or what's up with that?
I was just with him 48 hours ago. Like, I just had a show in Jersey and then down in North Carolina A&T, and he was with me at both of them.
Man, that's
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dude. That's my heart. You know what I'm saying? And he's done so much growing as an individual. I'm really proud of him. You know what I'm saying? And he continues to grow. We all do. We all continue to grow and push towards the person we're supposed to be. And like he's on that road. And we spent a lot of time together when he was young, and that we looked a little alike. Cats always assumed we were related to some over the years we've become family, but it was never a blood situation.
It's crazy too because like he was like, it was like Chi Ali, it was like Shaheem the Rugged Child. It was like I just talked to dude from the youngsters. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna bring him on, right? You know what I mean? It's just they was all them young dudes at that time coming out with these records that like dudes were a little bit older fucked with. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, these little motherfuckers, they got some records. So, but shout out to Chi Ali.
You got something, Chef T?
Yeah, out of all the places that you performed and your different performances, is there one that stands out to you in your mind as like your favorite?
One of my favorite performances would be my first tour was Ice Cube tour, Steady Marvin. He took us out on tour on our first tour. And when that tour came around to New York, like I was we was the only New York group, you know what I'm saying? Only East Coast group on the tour. I think they might have brought somebody in for this particular show. But I remember rocking the Apollo to the degree that the rafters, the balcony was literally shaking visibly, that I thought it was gonna break. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just the intensity and the energy was. After that show, I remember walking down 125th, some of my dudes, whatever, and I literally couldn't feel my feet touching the ground. Everybody riding by was just bugging, like we had just, it was just a whole other world. I'm sure you kind of had them shows where it's just like, it's just so euphoric. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, what did we just do?
It's like, it's funny you say that too, because I remember when Militia, it was a very big song, and we were doing the Coliseums and the big spots, and I remember running out with shit, because my part, and then you looking around, and you see all these motherfuckers is like going off, like, you know what I'm saying? I almost look behind me and shit, because I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers talking about me. But now, I knew the song was popping, but it was crazy to actually see that, like, oh shit, these motherfuckers. I mean, up in rafters and shit, and some big shit. So I'm like, oh shit, this shit is crazy. So then, like you said, you know where that was at, and you like realize, like, oh shit, this shit is kind of,
To me, it was so crazy because it was home. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it was 125th Street. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, man, it was just such a good feeling to do that at home. You know what I'm saying? And another thing too, like New York is one of those places too, like, like we've seen it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to get a New York crowd really, you know what I'm saying, out of their seat. Like, if I'm a stand, I'm not gonna do much yelling. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm gonna yell, but I'm not gonna wave my hands. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, it's crazy. Yo, it's crazy.
So come home
and
have everybody kind of just losing their shit.
It's crazy what you said
about the world.
What's crazy what you said about that now. Bumpy Knuckles, shout out to Bump. He had a release party, Pop Duke album, and mad people was there, Ice-T and Buster, and we all performed. I performed. Now, and speaking of the New York crowd, so years earlier, I had seen dudes be quiet as a church mouse after niggas was rocking. Not us, but other groups. I'd be like, oh shit, right? And then certain groups they feeling. I remember Sean Price was in the joint, and everybody was chill till he got rocking. Then the whole New York was like, oh, they was with it. So the reason why I'm speaking is because we doing that. This is Pat. Was that? Son, I forget what venue that was, but it's packed for his party. And during my show, man, I do a little soul singing thing, like in the middle, on some soul shit, 70s type thing. But now this is that New York crowd, the whole shit, So I rocks a couple of joints. Then I did that, and it was crazy because it was a New York crowd, but they went crazy. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers was like, it was straight. This is a straight singing part of my set. And we got the music behind, some shit. And I was like, yo, and that shit was dope to me because I know how the motherfuckers do. And
so when you get it off, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think they knew.
You executed.
I mean, motherfuckers know by then that I sang a little something when I do my thing, but that shit was the whole break. Like, it just,
Was it your first singing song?
Yeah, it was. But this was some shit I do during the show. I think you probably seen it.
Yeah.
And they just went crazy. And then I went right to Militia after that. You know what I mean? And we was, it was like this. They accepted it because it was dope to them. And afterwards, niggas like, yo, man, yo. And even...
And how you present it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you present it like you mean it.
Hey, you know what's funny?
Because they'll see right through
that
you.
That shit was so much dope to motherfuckers that Melly Mel was in the crowd. And Melly Mel was like, yo, Shug, I can hit them notes too. We need to get up. That made that motherfucker say, yo, I swear, this motherfucker like, yo, Shug. He walking around all muscly and shit. Yeah, right? He said, yo.
All muscly.
The G-Unit. The G-Unit.
The proudest things for me is that Melly Mel calls me killer. Word up. Melly Mel, behind what I do live, Melly Mel calls me killer. He's like, yo, that's you, man. You are killer from here on out. Anytime he sees me, he's like, yo, what's up, killer?
Them are the first motherfuckers.
From him, that makes me, man, that makes me beyond, I can't even put the words with that.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? Coming from Mel.
I had my moment with them because when I first came to New York, Guru was taking me everywhere, and we were on Hot 97 back then. Like, and so it's Grandmaster Flash's show, right? So, I'm freestyling. I freestyle like that's my shit. But then they doing their shit with the routines and the harmony and shit. So I'm spitting in my kind of way. And then them dudes got the 4-part. I'm like, hey, I'm like, oh shit. So I'm trying, I'm doing my thing though. But it was like some shit to me because I'm saying I listen to these motherfuckers' records. Now I'm up here, man, on Grandmaster Flash show with Melly and all them. That's when they were still connected like that. And I'm saying I'm rocking with them. Shit was amazing. But anyway, Tanya.
You got anything else?
Yeah.
Do you have any like crazy fan stories? Like,
not really. I mean, like I think we've all probably had our share of.
Not me personally, no.
Well, he know.
I mean, like as far as being an artist, saying probably, like I've had, people name children after me, which is quite an honor.
Yeah. Pretty
One
much.
time I kissed the girl on the cheek and she fainted.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
That was kind of wild.
He got the heat. He hit him with the heater.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like I'm,
I think he's blushing.
I probably exploited a situation or two, you know, a younger me.
Beautiful,
you know what I'm saying?
of course. You're my youngest
The
son.
older me is very cool, and you know.
He's like, I will say hi from afar.
But
Huh?
Like you say hi from afar, like okay, hello, young lady, hello.
Like I'm not, you know, like I'm not the younger me. You know what I'm saying?
Of course not. But even ladies my age, you know, they know who you are. So you know, it's not. It could be a very respectful. You know, it's like when you tell your 8th grade crush, like, oh my God, I used to listen to you, and you know, it brings back memories, and that's like a compliment in itself.
yo, it's crazy.
Are we fighting, Big Shug?
No, being hit with fighting.
Don't get it twisted. One thing that I've always been very, very understanding of, very grateful of, is that I have the understanding that somebody doesn't have to say anything. You know what I'm saying? So anybody that says something, you know, I'm so grateful for the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like sincerely, because I really know you don't have to say anything at all. So if you say something to me, I know, you know, like, yo, you cared enough to say something. You know what I'm saying? It's too easy to just keep walking.
I think also read the room too, because you know you're not gonna go up to someone when they're in like, you know, a situation where it's just not
reading that
appropriate.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
Yo.
You'd be surprised.
Oh shit.
Now there I can tell you a couple of things, but I ain't gonna say that.
You see, that's the story I wanted. What's up?
Nah, that's cool. You gotta read the room.
Yeah, you gotta read the room.
I'll leave it alone.
Yo, but ask him, you know, your infamous question. Before we dip.
We just want to make sure that everybody knows what are your socials and where can they find you.
Black Sheep Dres on IG and Dres Black Sheep on Twitter. And that's kind of the two easiest ways to find me. Black Sheep Dres, IG, Dres Black Sheep, Twitter.
Yeah, because
I'm very coachable, you know what I'm saying? I'm, you know, like, I'm a native New Yorker. I'm here in Queens right now, you know what I'm saying? And
you might catch him on, if you go on IG, you might catch him in pumping some fly shit. You know what I mean? in a head bobbing situation, like you got some.
I let it be known. Definitely let it be known.
Oh, I'm there. I even like how you'll introduce like what it is. I know you to be like that anyway. Yo, this group from so and so, whatever. You're gonna introduce it. So when you in the whip, it's like, yo, this right here is boom, and then you let motherfuckers fuck with it and as you driving to wherever the hell you going, because you be on the move. You know what I mean?
You got things to do.
No question.
Try to get something.
Yo,
you know, that's what it is.
We appreciate you coming through, Dres, man. You know what I'm saying?
And thanks for being understanding as well. I apologize for last time, and it was a great conversation.
Oh yeah, it's all love, man. We learned a lot, man. We, you know, enjoyed the interview and all that, man. And listen, we look for you to keep rocking, and I know I'm going to see you down the road somewhere. So.
You know that.
Blessings, man. And
today we the family we always been.
Oh, no question.
Which is the dopest thing to
no
me.
Question.
That's my word. Like I'm so glad that we were blessed to reach this point. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like we were all so cliquish, and everybody that was so cliquish back then, like we family today. You know what I'm saying?
I walk into some places and they, you know, you would think I was the dude who has some hit records somewhere or something, but that's how close all of us are, no matter what level people were at the time. So, you know, but we appreciate you, man. Peace, my brother.
Appreciate you back, man.
Thank you so much.
And until next time, y'all have a good one. It was a pleasure to meet y'all.
Absolutely.
You too. Love.
All right, baby.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 41. We have real love.
That's when they try to book.
House.
Yo, that's that shit they talked about when I wasn't around.
We talking football. We're talking NFL.
Hey.
What week are we in now? Week 8? Are we in week 8?
Week 8.
Okay. Look at me. Look at me with the knowings
as
of
long
the
as I'm
football.
winning, I'm grinning. You know what I mean? So, all right, what we gonna do? Let's start off with the numbers, man. Where we at last week?
Okay. So where we are total right now, DL did not do very good.
Oh, I know.
I almost spit up my fireball. Okay.
So what was his numbers?
He did not do that bad.
He was 6 and 10.
So the mighty have fallen a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit.
And then Tanya and Dad were tied with
Oh,
11.
snap!
11. Yeah.
Wow.
11.
Okay.
I
Okay.
did 9 and 7.
Wow. So what are our numbers to
So-
date?
To date, Dad, you are now leading.
Oh boy.
Oh, took him 2
71.
months.
Huh?
Uh-oh.
51,
Talking ish.
The
71, 56, and 1.
Hmm.
And then
Who's next?
DL is behind 67, 60, and 1.
That was a bad week.
Tanya is 65, 62, and 1.
right
so
at your
she's
heels.
creeping up.
And
And then I am at 60, 67, and 1.
caboose down.
But that's fine. I don't mind being the caboose. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Not
Someone's gotta
over.
be-
We're halfway there.
I mean, but
Weird.
we still got a
Exactly.
long ways to go. But it's just letting people know
A little
that
bit more than halfway, but
I would the cream rises to the top.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, but
Well,
no.
then I'm
I
gonna
don't
win,
know
I
what he's
guess.
talking about.
We'll
Oh
see.
boy. Oh boy.
Well, actually, they eat the cream first.
Okay.
Then the two
So
Oreo
then we're
cookies.
winning? Oh, what?
Yo, so the cream, the Oreo is split. You eat the cream first. Gone. Now you got 2 hard cookies. And then guess what? They get a chance to come back because then it's the milk. Ooh, oh man, it's a wash. But anyway, so where we
I don't know. We
going?
went
in?
left and then right, kind of just like football.
So I was 71. He was 60 what?
7,
67. Oh, okay.
67.
And she was 65.
5,
And you're
60.
okay. Let's get it popping. So last
Tight.
one
It's tight.
is you, D. Go to DL.
Oh, I'll go on first.
All right. So
What are we
we
doing?
have Thursday night, the Houston Texans at the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's easy.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Yes.
Philadelphia Eagles, they're undefeated, man. They're playing, and
They are.
they just got
Eagles.
another, I think 2 pickups. That team's crazy. Eagles.
Eagles for the house. Eagles, everybody.
Eagles.
Yeah. Eagles for me.
Do an Eagles sound, Dave.
Bah!
Yes, his birds
sound
always
like a
sound-
chicken.
His birds
Eagle.
all sound like a chicken.
Move.
All is it? He said the Seahawks. Bah! Same shit. I'm like, these birds is fucked up in the game. No. I'll be like, that's why I told him to do that. I said, I know how his Eagles gonna sound right now. Dave, do an Eagle. Bah! Yo,
Sounds like Marge calling Bart.
his Eagles smoke. So they're a little twisted.
They're a little stoned.
Go ahead. What's next? That's a good.
All right. Next, we have the LA Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons.
That's you, D.
Chargers.
Chargers.
I'm doing the Falcons because birds.
I'm going Falcons.
2 versus 2.
What do you got?
All right. All right. Next, we got the Dolphins at the Bears.
I'm going Bears.
He's only going Bears because
Dolphins?
we're drinking the shit out of this cinnamon shit. That's why he's like the Bears. He has no clue. No, but fireball.
What
Hard to
does
go
the
to
Bears
Chicago.
have
It's
to
hard
do
to go
with
to
it?
Chicago.
They suck. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you, yo, I'm going. Who was it with the Bears?
Dolphins.
Dolphins all day. Tua.
I'm going Dolphins.
They just added
Tua
somebody.
is going crazy.
And plus they just added another receiver. It's about to get crazy.
Dolphins.
Tanya, Dolphins.
Yes.
So we're all Dolphins.
That was better than the birds. I'm
Oh,
just
that's
saying.
true.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I got 2 choices. And I'm not gonna be a bird or a dolphin. So
Dolphins are very smart mammals.
hey, you wanna okay. So do you know one of the most unique things about the dolphin?
Go ahead.
Mammal wise?
Go ahead, Bishop. No.
I'm just
go ahead.
asking.
I don't know if I know. I don't know what you're
I'm
going
pretty
to say.
sure I know where you're going with this, but I'm going to keep quiet.
Okay.
Uh-oh. They have sex.
Dolphins and humans are the only mammals that have sex for pleasure.
The OG.
See? I knew that one.
And you wonder why they do what sound? Yeah, I mean,
That's the sound I make.
You should have knew. You should have knew the motherfuckers were doing something different. You're like, what the hell is that? Anyway, go ahead to the next one. Dolphins. That is a
Yeah,
fact.
yeah.
That is a fact on the nose.
And that's why the Dolphins are going to win, because they know what's going on.
Yep. And they might hump you after the game.
They
But
want
go
to
ahead.
celebrate.
Go ahead.
All right, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at Las Vegas Raiders.
I'm going Jaguars.
You know what? The Raiders had 0 points last week, but I think they got to come off that schneid. I'm going Raiders. They were shut out completely.
I'm also gonna go Raiders.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna go Jaguars.
Yeah.
All right, now we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Patriots.
Oh boy, well,
I'm going to go with the Patriots.
I'm going to go Patriots.
I'm gonna go with the Patriots.
I'm also going Patriots.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, the Colts are looking
And watch
very
me be
sad.
wrong again.
Nah, not this time.
Not this time.
Nah, that team's.
That's what you said last time.
It's tough when you
And I
suck
was
to
right.
go to the other. You know, if
Yeah,
at least
but-
you're at home, you got some
Yeah,
sort of.
but
But
no,
the things
they've been
are,
playing
the
really
teams
bad.
are not good.
Yeah.
Like they said, they benched their quarterback to put in this Eckler dude, whatever his name is. They just signed another running back, but they're just horrendous. They fired their offensive coordinator. That team is trash.
Ooh, I'm feeling the fire in this ball.
Yes, yes.
Woo!
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Go ahead. Fireball Joe. Let's go.
You guys are having too much fun over there.
I don't know.
Real love.
You gotta
There's no
get your
such
fireball
thing.
when you come on.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, we got the Vikings and the Washington Commanders.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
I'm going Vikings. Kirk Cousins in
I'm
that.
also going Vikings. I already put
I would like to be the contrarian and go Commanders.
because they want to go Commando.
Commander.
I do. Live life like that. Less restrictions.
Wait till I get my hips fixed. Let me hit that.
Okay. we
Oh,
have-
snap. Living la vida loca.
Go ahead.
That's so funny. Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions.
The Packers. Oh, I'm sorry.
You know my motto.
The Lions never win.
So Packers.
The Packers are so much trash right now, but I'm gonna
It's a
pick
lot of
them.
trash
The Lions aren't
team.
much much
Yeah.
better.
That's why I'm gonna pick them because I don't think they're gonna be able to stop AJ Dillon or Aaron Jones at running back. So, you know what I mean?
So you are picking.
Green Bay.
He
Green
was
Bay.
like, she's like, that was not a clear answer to the question.
You're saying words, but I don't know what that means.
I don't understand the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Go ahead.
Next, we have the Buffalo Bills and the New York Jets. That's going to
Bills.
be a fun game to
You
watch.
know, I ain't picking no Jets.
Bills.
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 The
All
Bills are phenomenal. Josh Allen,
B-I-L-L-S.
Von Miller, and destruction.
right. Next, we have Carolina Panthers at Cincinnati Bengals. So it's a little cat-on-cat action.
Yeah.
I'm going Cincinnati.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Cincinnati just
Bengals.
lost a tough game, but I think they'll be ready to rebound something. Their offensive line sucks. Who they playing again?
Panthers.
They lost to the Browns
Not
last
much
night?
better.
Yeah, they got stomped.
Oh, I was watching the. I didn't finish watching it.
Stompage.
Bengals.
Stompies. Hold up. Yo, they're playing. I'll get a Bengals one more shot. I probably should. Yeah, I'll give them a shot.
I'm also going Bengals.
Go ahead. They
What's that logo on the Browns? What's that Browns logo? What the hell is that?
So
A
it's
bear,
look,
I think.
Oh, it's like a
I got
elf
look
or
at
something.
look like a brown person.
Could be a cookie maker. Could be a
It did.
Could be a key.
All right. We have the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals.
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Oh shit. That was more closer to that though. That was a flying chicken.
We got two birds. Bluebird or the red bird?
Same.
When you said they're all starting to sound the same?
Well, no.
Oh yeah, DL.
That's racist.
No, actually,
Cardinals are like nice, like tweeting birds.
actually, no. His bird.
You know,
They are. They
His bird.
it'd be like a
His bird. His bird is one bird. It just has a mental disorder, a personality disorder. That's what it is. Several personalities.
Down syndrome. Get it? Down feathers.
I'm
Oh,
going-
that's over the head with that one.
I'm going Seahawks.
yeah.
Huh?
I'm going Seahawks too.
Seahawks. We're Seahawks across the board.
Okay.
That joke was
All right.
hilarious.
We have the Los
Stamp,
Angeles
cancel.
Rams at Tampa Bay.
Who was it? I'm gonna go Tampa Bay, but who were they playing?
The Rams.
The Rams.
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
I'm going Tampa Bay. as
Tampa
well.
Bay.
Yeah, I agree. All right, next this is a good one because they are matched. Tennessee Titans at Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, I'm gonna go.
They both had the same record.
I'm gonna go the Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Why are we okay? We're all doing the same. We're all gonna lose.
No,
like, really bad. Win really good.
Well, I guess we'll all be moving on to the same
Sometimes
spot.
good teams play shitty teams, and
What?
And then we'll all lose
You gotta-
together.
I'm following everything, man. It's like my picks is based on like, damn, some of these teams. Man, like Kansas City to me is that much better. Go ahead.
it always comes down to where they're playing.
Tanya, Kansas City,
Sometime.
Tanya?
Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Real love.
Chiefs.
Okay, next we have the Baltimore Ravens at the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh.
This is Monday Night Football.
Birds.
Birds.
I'm gonna go Saints.
Ravens.
All right. I'm going Ravens.
Ravens.
3 versus 1.
All right. DL is the only one that deviated.
Well, actually, I think I went
Last.
first. You guys all deviated.
He had a
I know,
deviated
right?
septum, so that's why he deviated.
Yeah, he has a deviated septum. Is that what they call? Nah,
Yeah.
That's no joke.
I know, jeez. Sometimes you like that with a whole hand so you can
Then
breathe.
that's it.
That's it. Call it a
We
wrap.
kind of ripped right through that. So
We did.
let's pay attention to these games this week. Give us the final numbers again as we stand right now, please.
All right. We are at. All right. As we stand, Dad, you are at 71, 56, and 1.
Big Shug,
DL has 67, 60, and 1.
DL,
Tanya is 65, 62, and 1.
Tanya,
And I am 60,
I got dizzy.
67, and 1.
Ree. All right, so listen, we appreciate you coming through as we always do.
Real
We're gonna be
love.
looking for you next week, you know, to see where we stand.
That's a threat and a
And
promise.
one of the biggest things will be,
Uh-oh.
will Shug continue to maintain the lead? We'll see.
Or will he fall? Do
Or will
do
we all be the
do.
same?
If it's impossible that we could be the same because DL deviated.
I deviated my septum.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you one thing else.
Come back with a nose job now.
Come and see DL, where every bird sounds the same. Because it's one bird with a personality disorder. Hey, we'll see you next week. I appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye.
That was awesome.
Later.
So it's that
But-
time of week. Who's stupid as hell? My favorite
Stupid
part.
as hell. Yo, I don't even want to say the front part. I'm gonna tell you what he did.
He gonna tell you the back.
Alleged
part.
ant stopped at a wild card chase and whips out ant. So, while you're thinking about that, I'm gonna tell
Say
you
what?
like this.
I'm thinking woman and penis.
The driver was pursued from Bexley to Isles of Sheppey and arrested for a multitude of offenses.
Oh boy.
The 21-year-old motorist, following an epic chase, he was arrested. The fiasco began after officers attempted to pull over an Audi A7 they had observed maneuvering recklessly all over the road near Bexley. This is in England. SWNS reported. However, the driver refused, resulting in a 35-mile chase that took them from southeast London to Kent. They were even forced to call in a police helicopter to aid with the pursuit. Eventually, the pursuing officers caught up with the knucklehead in Myster, Kent, after he ran out of gas. Stupid son of a bitch. Whereupon they found a large stash of, which one of your favorite things?
Marijuana?
Oh,
Marijuana.
marijuana.
They found marijuana in the car, and that was only tip of the iceberg.
Just the tip.
So when the officers asked the Sheemish native for his documentation, he brandished a fake license ID that he received from Legoland. So he had. It was from Legoland, and as a kid in 2003. There's an award gifted to children who pass the theme park driving test, using a brick-built electric car to navigate. So, this dude gets caught by the police, and he whips out a Legoland, a Legoland license. Unbelievable. But now, hold on, I got to kill because I didn't.
They wouldn't even put that in a Lego movie. That's so stupid.
Man. Hold on.
Make sure you guys leave a comment and let us know who you think the stupidest person we've had on featured in this segment.
So,
because I still think it's the guy on the plane with Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think because everybody knows who Mike Tyson is. It's like there's not a person over 5 years old that doesn't know who that guy is.
That is true. Hold up, man. I'm trying to see. Did I even?
It's not like it's like some random guy. It's fucking Mike Tyson. He's trying to start a fight with him for likes on your TikTok page. Oh my god.
So
hope you like concussions.
We can chop this through because I didn't have a name for this dude.
For his name?
Yeah.
Man, what's the name of the guy who plays the stars in the Lego movie?
Oh well, I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you.
Lego Batman.
This dude was a Kent Sheamus native and brother. Next time you get chased with a bunch of marijuana in your car, don't whip out a Legoland ID because you're going to jail.
Real jail.
And all jails the same because sometimes I wish they had a stupid one.
They gonna
for
put
you.
Legos in your ass.
Stupid as hell.
You won't be singing everything.
It is what it is.
All right, hell yeah. That was great. Fuck yeah. What an idiot. Man.
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, you'd be surprised at some of the things people do and some of the things they don't do.
At least have the Lego ID and then like your real ID try to like break the ice or
No,
something.
like at
you know
least
what I
if
mean?
you're
Like,
gonna run from the cops, like get rid of the weed.
it's hard to get rid of weed,
any
like,
kind of ID that says your name.
If it's weight, it's hard to get rid
know.
of. If it's like smokable weed, like I brought a little weed to smoke. You could get rid of that weed. You could dump it out the window of your car. But if it's weight, you can't dump it out the window.
Plus, the
in your car.
motherfucker took him for a 35-mile chase. So he was like,
Yeah,
damn,
plenty of time.
I don't want to give out the
Little bit
weed, but when they
here,
do pull my ass
little
over,
bit here.
I'm going to give up my Legoland ID. Hey, listen, we come to the end of another dope
Hell yeah.
episode, you know what I mean?
Thank you for joining us.
It's our longest one.
You appreciate, I know, right?
That's
We
what he said.
Got a lot of wind going on, you know what I mean? So we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Episode 41, the Danger Zone podcast with Big Shug.
Mr. DL.
Chef Tanya Nicole. And we'll see you next time.
Until we catch you on Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Something has no purposes.
Well, you do don't even want to let me say my shit.
Uh-oh. They fighting
my
words.
shit. I put my finger up to do it, and he just chopped me back.
Chop, chop, like a
Excuses
chop,
have,
chop.
hey, remember, seriously, excuses have no purpose, so don't make them.
Don't make them.
As we grow, we glow still. And any of the episodes you haven't seen, they're up there, the clip channel,
Hell yeah.
whatever. Hit the like button and keep us going, man. We appreciate you. Hope you appreciate us. Thank you.
On my dark days, I chopped crack on a regular. Ran up in spots and clapped on a regular. Took big fat ass stacks from the register. No matter how hard they tried, they still couldn't measure them.